In my last video, you all told me not to do this. So today, I'm doing it. Okay campers, welcome back to 1010 Adventures. Today, we're putting all of this on the roof of this. And as I said at the beginning, in my last video, you all told me not to do exactly what I'm doing today. You said to me, use crossbars, not a platform, for a rooftop tent. And I agree. It would definitely keep weight low. However, it was going to limit me on what I could do on the roof and still keep within my maximum 150 kilo roof load rating, still be able to mount an awning, still be able to mount my max tracks, and a few other things like light bars and so forth. Could I feasibly do this with crossbars? Yes, but for me, it just doesn't work for me. There is absolutely an element of not only do I want this vehicle built to a certain weight, but I'm also a bit of a look snob. I want this thing to look like an absolute weapon, and crossbars, they just don't do it for me. Now what I will say, and there'll be more of it in the future, because everything I do today, I'm partially going to have to undo in about 3 months when my rooftop tent arrives, because I'm going to have to take this platform rack off the roof to mount the rooftop tent to then put it back on. But I want to get this up, I want to get this where it's going to sit and show you guys how ultimately the roof part of this build is going to look. So, what are we installing? Well, today we are installing the Rhino rack platform from GrenX. So this is using GrenX's mounts. It's basically the same rooftop platform as you would have got if you ordered the OEM roof rack from Grenadier. However, this is actually lighter weight, more streamlined. It's a second generation or third generation of the Pioneer platform. It's much lighter, and the wind noise is even further reduced from what it used to be. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go down this path. The other reason is the actual GrenX backbone system. The system from Ineos actually mounts directly to your gutter. Now, the gutter's sturdy enough, but from what I understand, it does potentially limit the amount you can carry on your roof. The backbone system from GrenX actually uses the mounts up here, and it enables you to get your full 150 kilo maximum roof load rating, minus the weight of the rack. Let's be very careful with that. So it's actually going to leave me with about 105 kilos of capacity on the roof, which is more than enough for a rooftop tent, more than enough for the awning, max tracks, etc. Well, when I say that, yeah, standard rooftop tent, they usually weigh around about 85 kilos. There are lighter ones, and we've got a much, much lighter one for this exact reason. Let's get all this open, start getting on with the build. Okay, so I've mounted the backbones. I've still got to tighten up a couple of nuts here, but for the most part, I'm tightened up. You notice over here, I think it's on screen, I've got a tape measure. The reason for that is that the gaps between the edge of this rack here and the inside and where the tape measure is sitting, there is a 12mm difference in how narrow they need to be. That's just a quirk with the Grenadier and the way that the roof is shaped, but we should be okay to get this mounted fairly shortly. Before I do though, at the front of the bar, I'm actually going to mount, I'm going to mount two things. One, I'm going to mount the other brackets which sit to the gutter rail, and I'm also going to mount a 50-inch light bar that I've bought from Ocam. So I'm going to get that fitted up, and then we'll come back. Okay, all the hardware is mounted. I've got some scuff prevention pads covering up the gutter mount tracks at the front of the rack. I've mounted the light bar. It's ready to go. It's going to it's pretty much exactly the angle I want it at. If I do need to adjust it, I can adjust the angle with just 3 screws, but that's not something I want to make a habit of doing. It's going to be difficult to get to one of them. That aside, everything's ready to go. We're about to flip this onto the roof, and then I might mount the awning. Then I can spend the rest of the afternoon in the shade. We'll see how we go. All right, So it's time now to get this on this. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this by myself. I do have Santa's brother here to help me out, but when I really need muscle, there's only one person to call. Gary! Gary!
Individual Garys may vary. 1010 Adventures in no way warrants the performance or quality of your Gary.
Good man. Miraculous entry as always. So, for those that are watching how to do this, this has got to go up on the roof. This side here is going to mount to up here. I've already removed the bolts from here. I've just got a towel up here to protect this. We're actually going to go from the passenger side first. We lightly bolt in, and then the other side comes over the top. We snap it into place, then push it in. The reason I say snap, we actually have to pull a little bit to get this taut. So there's actually a little bit of sideways tension, which helps also reduce vibration. And back to why I'm not doing rails, you can't stop the vibration with the rails with tension. It's just not going to happen. This is how we're going. All right, let's get set up and get started. That was a job. That took 3.5 of us to get everything up. The awning is on, the awning's working, the max tracks are up there. Rooftop tent will be going on at a later stage. That is going to be a bit of a challenge because we're actually going to have to take everything off and do all this all over again, but I'll have a forklift available when I actually go to do that. Otherwise, we're starting to look like an overlander again. Well guys, as you can probably tell from the sun, it's gotten quite late in the day. This is where we're stopping for today. I've still got to wire up the light bar, but I have taken the car for a bit of a spin around the block just to get it up to 100 kilometres an hour, make sure that I'm not getting any whistling from the roof rack, and I can say that I am not. So this has turned out probably better than I actually expected. So I want to give a huge shout out to Rowan from GrenX, who's been on the phone with me today, giving me a hand where I needed it. Mate, thank you so much for letting me interrupt your weekend. From this point on, as I say, light bar, a couple of months away, we'll get the rooftop tent on, and from there, I think the next thing I'm probably going to show you guys is what I'm doing with rear storage. And I can tell you, I'm not doing drawers this time. Not after the last time. Also, just very quickly, I want to give a quick shout out to a lovely couple we met while on our annual holiday, which we've literally just come back from this weekend. We went up all the way to Bermagui and ran into some other Grenadier owners. So, Mike, Paula, it was awesome chatting to you. Hope you've gotten home safely. I think you were due home about the same time we were. For those of you wondering, they've got one of the first Grenadiers ever introduced in Australia, and it is set up kind of like what we're doing here. They've got the rooftop tent set up, and they raved about it. In fact, the rooftop tent that they bought is the same brand as what we're putting on ours. So we got some great information. So on that, if you happen to see me driving around, pulling into a supermarket or wherever I happen to be, don't be afraid to come and say hi. Always happy to have a chat and talk about this amazing beast. Anyway guys, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below. Feel free to rip me for putting a platform on this instead of crossbars like you all did in my last video, but I'm okay with that. Anyway guys, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.